This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about Michael Clay has signed an extension with the Philadelphia Eagles. Also, we're going to talk about Donovan McNabb sticking up for Jalen Hurts. And lastly, Cowherd said the Eagles will not make the playoffs, but let's get straight into it. All right, man. Let's get straight into the topics, man. Donovan McNabb. Let's talk about him first. Donovan McNabb is so flip floppy. 1 minute Donovan McNabb loves Jalen Hurts, the next he's hypercritical. But let's listen to what Donovan McNabb had to say about Jalen Hurts this time.
Hearing in the last month, 2 months about Jalen Hurts is real, and how much do you just say it's bull crap?
100% of it is bull crap, because this is the thing that bothers me. And from being in the position, it's never enough, and it's always more you can do. And so when they were winning, he was the greatest leader out there. He's an example setter. We love his cliches. We love when he speaks to the media. He's so upfront. He's a grown man. He prepares well. Look how effective he is. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. All of a sudden, they go 10-1. He's an MVP candidate. No one's talking about anything. They start to falter, and this was happening to me by week 7, week 8. It was starting to fall apart, and I've seen it, and I called it out a couple times. They stopped running the football. They started featuring different guys. Defense was awful. They couldn't tackle, wasn't covering well, and they just weren't the same team. And everyone's expectation was so high from what they seen at the Super Bowl run. Well, it's hard to get back there consistently and do it each and every year. But the first person they looked at was Jalen. Oh, do you think that he can be more of a rah-rah guy? He doesn't smile much. Maybe hang out with the guy. No, that's not him. That's not what you saw since he's gotten there. So why would he change? And then it's like, well, he's not the same guy out on the field. He was banged up a little bit, and he's trying to grow his game. Like, let's everybody just relax, because the same question can go to Josh Allen. The same question can go to Joe Burrow. The same question can go to Lamar. It can go to everybody. It can go to Patrick Mahomes this year. And so I think for everyone that points the finger at Jalen at this point is just trying to find an answer. And the first person they can say, oh, it's Jalen.
I actually agree. It's 100% bull crap, everything that's coming out about him. Again, I'm not mad at the leadership thing that's coming out. I'm not too mad at it, because if they feel like that's something he needs to work on and people in the locker room were saying that, okay, cool, work on it, let him be more vocal. But you can't say that in one vein when we losing, but when we winning, it's great how poised and calm and stoic he is. But him being poised and calm and stoic while losing, that's a problem. You can't flip flop with that. But Jalen Hurts always been stoic. That's just been him. But as Covey said in the past, it's like, yeah, when you talk to Jalen Hurts, he's a cool guy. He's actually one of the coolest guys he met. So Jalen Hurts is a good guy, but if they want him to show it more, I guess, in front of the cameras, I guess that's cool. I guess that's nice. But we will see how this works. And a lot of reports are coming out like the Pro Bowl game was a big step. So they want him to show more of that than more, I guess, less than just a guy laid back on the bench, this and that. So we'll see how it works. I don't want him out of character. I still want him to be cool, calm, and collective. But if you want to raise his voice here and there, I guess. But don't go out of character. Like, don't make a complete 180. Like, that would just be ridiculous in my opinion. But I get what Donovan McNabb is saying. Back to the point. You can't say one thing is this, then one thing is that. It's the Eagles. It's Philadelphia, man. When you're losing, we need something to blame. And right now I guess, is pointing at the quarterback for whatever reason. He won 11 games with a shitty coordinator. I don't know what to say. I don't know how much you want Jalen Hurts to do, but he did what he can do in that bad situation. All right, so let's talk about Michael Clay, man. Speaking of 180s, now this was a complete 180. It's crazy how things turn within a year. You got to think, when Jonathan Gannon and Shane Steichen was here, who was the weak link? Michael Clay. The special teams just couldn't get it together. Brenton Covey rookie year, we was ready for him to go. Um, the special team screwed us a lot. Even Aaron Sipples recently came out in interviews like how nervous he was in the Super Bowl and he shanked the punt.
Yeah, because everyone does it. Mine just happened to be in the biggest game of the year. That situation happened. I physically didn't speak about it for like 3 or 4 months. I tried to hide away from it for a long time, but ultimately that's probably the part that was eating me up. For me, I definitely had to go and speak to someone in the end to get me kind of through that brick wall that was right in front of me that I just couldn't break through.
How nervous were you going into round one?
That's what was terrifying me, is if I didn't go and speak to somebody, because I knew that I was going to be nervous, if I didn't know how to handle that, then I know that's what was going to get me in trouble. My heart was like physically beating out of my chest. I could just feel it like throbbing on the left side of my body.
The play where the ball comes out? Well,
it's actually a bit of a blur. Basically, from the exact same area as what happened in the Super Bowl. I hit a really nice ball in the end, but I just needed that one first out of the way, and I just remember getting off the field and just taking the biggest breath. Yeah, just
he had to go get mental help. I felt bad, so bad for Aaron Sipples because he went through a lot mentally. Being a Philadelphia Eagle, punter, we don't care what position you play. We feel like you messing up, we're going to be on your head. But imagine millions of guys just going after this guy, wanting this guy fired, this and that. And a lot of fans got what they wanted. And, hopefully Aaron Sipples is getting it together. But we also blame Michael Clay. You're like, yo, we don't know what he's doing with the special teams, what's going on, because special teams was bad. The only bright spot of special teams was Jake Elliott. But now, following year, we got the best special teams. Brenton Covey playing out his mind, who should have been a Pro Bowler, in my opinion. Michael Clay, he had the special teams ready to go. Brandon Mann, no complaints. He was playing at a high level. I mean, special teams was just immaculate. Now, again, a complete 180. Now we blame the defensive coordinators and offensive coordinators suck. And now the special teams coordinator is great. But well-deserved extension, man. Michael Clay definitely did his job. So I'm happy the team didn't give up on him too easy. You know how, again, Eagles fans are. Do bad, we want you out. When you do great, we love you. So no complaints about Michael Clay literally all year. He was phenomenal. He was great. Brenton Covey was phenomenal and great. Jake Elliott been phenomenal and great. So shout out to the special teams. Well-deserved extension. All right, so let's get into the last topic of the day. The last topic, Colin Cowherd. He's been my dog all year. My dog. I guess it's a new year. And it's sports take, and this is his hot take. But this is what he had to say far as the way too early prediction playoff picture.
I have 2 new playoff teams. Commanders win their division, Packers win their division, Falcons win their division, Rams win their division. Wild cards are Cowboys, Lions, Niners. Why Commanders? $75 million in cap space. Love Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury as a staff. I think the Eagles and the Cowboys, because of age and drama, are vulnerable. I think the Commanders, we have a surprise team every year in the league. I think they get Drake May. I think Drake May's like Justin Herbert as a comp, played in a simple college offense, and will be better than people think immediately. Herbert was, C.J. Stroud was. I think Drake May is that guy this year. Packers.
I disagree. I totally disagree. First of all, you had the Commanders winning a division because of they got a lot of money, but nobody wants to play in Washington. And even if they get a rookie quarterback, I don't care who these rookie quarterbacks are. They're not going to be ready year one. Second, Washington got a lot of deficiencies on defense. They don't have Chase Young or Sweat there. They don't. They don't have the defense that they had the past couple years. And they're not going to have that defensive front. Dan Quinn, then you got Brian Johnson as your passing coordinator. I like Cliff Kingsbury. I think they're going to go through some stumbles. They'd be lucky to get 6 wins. If they get 6, 7 wins, that's a dub for them. Because they in rebuild mode. But to go to, rebuild mode all the way to winning the division, Is this dude insane? Is a Dallas and Eagles thing once again. Eagles, he said something about us having problems. The problems were with the coordinators who are out. We have new coordinators in. And Vic Fangio is not like a big change. He was here about 2 years ago. So he's not going to be a huge change. Now, the offensive side might be, but we need that. But problems, I think the problems were with the coordinators who are out and being inexperienced. Now you bringing in experience. What is he talking about? So the Eagles just going to completely flunk out. That's what he's saying. For the second place schedule, the Eagles are going to go, because basically he's saying we're going to win 7 games with Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert, the offensive line we have, defense. I'm pretty sure we're going to get some guys there. He's just saying we're going to flunk out. It's over. I don't think that. I don't think that at all. We're going to be at least a wild card team in a weak NFC conference. But again, Colin Cowherd got to make a hot take. And I guess the hot take is the Eagles are not going to make the playoffs. And it seemed like a lot of people not even reacting to it. They're like, oh, Colin just talking. I think Colin is just talking right now for clicks and ratings. It got to be that. Because there's no way in his right mind he think the Eagles are going to just completely flunk out. We ain't lose AJ Brown or Devontae Smith or Dallas Goedert to another team. They still in Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts is still in Philadelphia. Who went to the playoffs with Jalen Reagor, a rookie, Devontae Smith, and Quez Watkins. That team went to the playoffs. So you don't think this team is not going to go to the playoffs? Insane to me. Crazy to me. It's crazy talk. But hey, man, what do you think and how do you feel about the news today? Michael Clay, well deserved. Donovan McNabb, big ups to Donovan. No, we love him right now, but we'll see. He'll say some BS later. He's going to say some BS later. Well, Colin Cowherd, man. But this is Eagle Al.